Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to MBR, or as we like to call it around here, Nothing But Rants, the show where I find topics that I'm oddly passionate about and I pontificate upon them. These are not hot takes, but rather takes that I'm hot about. What's up? Really like that. You really like that?
Let's shut up and grind some tape.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome into the Film Guy Network on a fabulous Wednesday. I don't know what time you're getting this, whether it's Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, nonetheless. It is part two, really part three of our film study series here. We opened it up with a spring game eval on Clemson, kind of showed you what they were in their spring game. We started yesterday with the offensive preview, kind of showing you who they are from a fundamental standpoint on the offensive side of the football. Super excited to bring you the defensive side of the football, kind of what I would argue Clemson's been most known for during the Dabo Swinney regime, right? It's been really good quarterback play during the national title run, but even during that time of national title competency, they were really a defensive-led football program. Their identity and their culture really starts on the defensive side of the football. They like to dictate what you're about to do based off what they do defensively. Super excited to bring this to you today. If you are new to this program, if you have found us because you think, hey, these guys kind of know what they're talking about. I like the film studies that they're doing. Hey, we do a lot of live college football content as well, Monday through Thursday, live at 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock Eastern time. Okay, so if you think what we got here is good, you should give us a try, man. I know you guys are watching college football content ad nauseum. Give us an opportunity to be your home, okay, first and foremost for that content, okay? Super excited again to bring you this defense, okay? We got a saying around here, all right, when it comes to football season. We like to shut up. We like to grind that tape. Glad to have you guys in here today. Make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, and rate and review it. Shout out to the boy J Will running the cameras over there today. Super excited to get this to you. All right. I personally, I like and I hate, Jonathan, watching Kentucky football. Here's why. I like it because, you know, they kind of run a pro-style offense. They're trying to run pro-style offense, but it's like watching pro-style offenses when the Detroit Lions were like really, really bad. Like they're trying to be balanced. They're trying to be a pro-style team. They just ain't really good at it. They're like okay at it. So we're going to kind of get a look at some of the similar situations that Georgia might put Clemson in. But I will tell you this. Georgia's a heavy tight end football team. They're not going to live in 12 personnel like Kentucky does in this football game. I don't believe so. Now, in 2021, they might have, and they'd have been hell. Okay, they'd have been absolute hell. But I don't think they're going to put in as much 12 personnel as what Kentucky did in this football game. Worth noting, though, like we always do, we like to pay attention to personnel. When I bump into 12, what are you bumping into? Okay, Clemson's going to bump into base personnel. That's 1 linebacker, that's 2 number 21, and that's 3 Barrett Carter number 0. Okay, so we're in a 4-3 base personnel here against your 12 personnel. We should be paying attention to this, though, because Kentucky's going to hop into this a little later, J Will, and they're going to spread it. Okay, they're going to hop in 12 and they're going to spread. And when they do so, you're going to see what happens to Clemson. I think Clemson gets a little bit overextended based off this 12 personnel. Okay, but there you see it. That's kind of who their identity is from a personnel standpoint. You hop into base, they're going to hop into base. Now, one thing I will say about this Clemson football team, I have always questioned their top end speed, okay? Because I think stylistically, they recruit different football players. They like big, tall, long corners that can bump and run. They play a lot of man coverage. Those guys aren't super fast. All right, these linebackers that they play, we're going to take him out because he's an enigma. Barrett Carter is a Sunday football player. I think he's the most talented linebacker they've signed probably ever, maybe ever. In fact, I think he's the highest rated linebacker they've probably ever signed, okay? The rest of these guys, however, they're kind of thumpers by nature. That's what they want to do. Skowski is a famous Clemson linebacker because Skowski played the way Clemson linebackers mostly do. This guy's 6'3", 235. I think his best traits are north and south. His best trait is going downhill and sticking. Same thing for 21 right here. He's 5'11", 230 pounds. He is a sawed-off fire hydrant by nature, okay? And you're going to see it right here. We've got this guy, all right? We should have him, all right? Outside leverage pushing him back in. We got help all to this side. Where we don't have help is here. What we don't need to do is square up, shoulder square, and outside, or allow this outside run right here from Ray Davis. By the way, the more more and more I watch Kentucky film, the more and more I think Ray Davis is a very, very good football player. We're going to show you a clip here later. It might make you shit yourself. All right, definitely made the safety shit himself. There's Khalil, KJ is what I call him. KJ Barnes coming downhill right there, number 36 rather, playing as a true freshman in this tape. But hey, there you see the lateral immobility, if you will, from these inside linebackers from Clemson. Hey, right there, one-on-one, he gives up outside shoulder and outside contain, and there's a 9-yard gain to start this football game. All right, let's go to the next clip. Again, I think 2022 or 2021 Georgia would eat this team alive because of what they're doing in terms of personnel matching against 12 personnel. I think, yeah, they're in 12 here still. Okay, there's 2 tights all the way back there. And what you're going to see is 1, 2, 3 apex defenders in zone over these 2 receivers. This guy right here, I think I would attack him. I would. This wood-ass cat, I would attack him. I certainly wouldn't be going after Barrett. But here's the thing that makes it really, really interesting to me, Jonathan. The more and more we see in this football game, the more and more they're like selectively choosing to let Wade do all the coverage abilities. So it tells me as a defensive staff, they see their room a little bit differently than I do. I see their room as Carter's the athlete, put him out in space, let him cover. They're going to let this wood-ass kid run. They're going to let this kid run out of the box and cover pretty frequently throughout this football game. So they think differently of their roster than I do. And by the way, they probably think properly of their roster than I do. They see it more often, okay? I'm not that arrogant to think I'm that smart. All right? But hey, I think one thing that stood out to me about what Carson described, or how Carson described their defense, is they're kind of going to let you know. They're going to dictate what they're doing. They're going to show you what they're doing, right? I told you, they're a pretty heavy man football team. Now, all of a sudden, we're going to show inside leverage, eyes on quarterback, outside leverage, eyes on quarterback, off coverage leverage, eyes on quarterback, okay? That's a whole lot of zone indicators, to start this football play. So you know kind of, hey, I'm probably getting some type of zone pressure, right, which is exactly what they get. They get 5 pressured man, right, or 5 blitzers right here, 5 pressures. All right, they drop the backside defensive end. All right, they're going to roll the safety over here, have him play inside. They're going to have the corner play outside. They're going to have the safety play over the top. Now, here's the thing. This is Avion Terrell. Really, really instinctual football player. Very instinctual football player. He's supposed to have outside here, right? Outside bracket, inside bracket from the safety, over the top bracket from the other safety. Watch what Avion Terrell does right here. He almost jumps this comeback. He almost jumps that. That's almost an interception. In fact, year 2, I think that might be an interception for this young football player, okay? He's really, really good. I think he had to become more instinctual. He had to become tougher than his brother. AJ's got all the God-given abilities in the world. Avion does not. Avion got to play like an MFing dog, okay? He got to play with a mouthpiece in his mouth, all right? Teeth gritting. We get a good look at the end zone clip. I don't feel like watching it. We showed you the schematics defensively. There's a couple things offensively from Kentucky that just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know about you, Jonathan. I'm not running flea flickers against man teams. You know why? That corner ain't got his eyes in the backfield. Yeah. He ain't watching you anyways. He's watching the guy in front of him. So the whole idea that we're going to be running trick plays like a flea flicker to start the football game against a pretty historically 0 and cover 1 football team, that just makes no sense to me. Even that being said, Devin Leary misses a wide open damn shot. It's right here. The Dover's running the grass. This corner got his eyes into the backfield. The other corner is still latched on. They ain't got nobody here. The winner's on the other side. But nonetheless, I don't love the play call. I don't love the play call because they're a man football team. Historically, man football teams are going to get tricked by this type of stuff because they shouldn't have their eyes in the backfield. The top side corner does, though. You can see, I believe that's Shelton Lewis. Shelton Lewis has got his eyes in the backfield right now. He's the one that's going to be susceptible to this flea flicker of a play. The safety kind of takes it away, though, with a bad angle. I think that should be a big-time completion right there for Kentucky. Leary scrambles and gets the ball away, but I think this is a home run. There it is right there. It's right in front of your face. You're freaking looking at the safety. Throw it to grass right now. Let's go. What are we doing? 128. I don't love screens versus man either. You know why I don't love screens versus man coverage, Jonathan?
Why?
Because we got a linebacker whose eyes are on the running back. He's standing there like this. Put us in one. He's like this. He's standing there watching you, okay? And the running back releases and then turns his back to the linebacker. And guess what the linebacker's doing? He's running, okay? He's running with his eyes on the running back, okay? So this offensive lineman that's now going to try to block him, now he's got all this space in the world to make that offensive lineman miss and then go make his assignment. I've always disliked it against any type of man coverage because that guy's got his eyes on you, right? He is tracking that running back's movements the entire rep, and he ends up shutting this down because Kentucky's offensive line can't get him blocked. I'm telling you right now, not very many offensive linemen are going to get that guy blocked, okay? Because that guy's got all the room and all the space in the world to make him miss, and that's exactly what happens, okay? He makes that guy miss and makes the tackle for +2. Now, here's what I do kind of like about it, though. If you're like Georgia, for example. Georgia's the one playing in this football game. Hey, I'm going to tell you what. Jared Wilson, if we've heard anything about him this offseason, it's his athleticism, right? Athleticism. Jonathan, look how big this play is if it hits. Look how big this play is against this man coverage if it hits. Look, because everybody's running off, right? This corner. And this wide receiver is going to run this corner off. This safety is now going to be the only one left to make this play if indeed 17 gets blocked. 17 does not, though. So it doesn't matter. Look at that. If 17 gets blocked, we got nothing but grass, guys. Nothing but grass. And again, I do think Georgia's offensive line slightly would be the word. Slightly better than Kentucky. Yeah. Maybe considerably. Yeah. Maybe considerably. I think we'd go considerably better than Kentucky. 159. Hey, cover one football team. Cover one football team. They're going to be a 5-man pressure team. They're not going to hide it either. All right, they're not going to hide it. I would be alert for some type of sim pressure if I wasn't getting manned indicators everywhere else. Look at this. Shoulder square, eyes on receiver. Shoulder square, eyes on receiver. Shoulder square, eyes on receiver. Oh, by the way, he is dead over the running back there. Okay, straight over him. Oh, by the way, here's the tight end. Linebacker, flat-footed, eyes on him. Guys, 5-man pressure. They are very clearly playing cover one. We got one safety over the top. Okay, that's it. They're not going to hide anything from you. And if they do give you some type of simulated walked-up pressure with zone indicators elsewhere, you might be getting false pressure. You might be getting simulated pressure. Or wherever the pressure is showing with a zone look probably isn't coming from. They're bluffing. Okay, they're going to rush the ones that they're not showing and drop the ones that they are. Okay, something to be paying attention to here. But you are getting a 5-man pressure no matter what. I think at all times in this football game. I think I saw them rush 4 one time in this game, and it was on a 3rd and 19, Jonathan. So yeah, they're not going to rush 5 on 3rd and 19. Everyone in the stadium knows you're throwing the football. What did Kentucky end up doing? Throwing a tunnel screen. Okay, they got the hell up off the field, did Clemson's defense. It's a drop. It's a flat-out drop by this wide receiver. It's a huge game for Dom Lovett. It's a huge game for Dom Lovett. I think Dom Lovett and Carson Beck's ability to identify pressure and get everybody in the right protections, I think those are the 2 biggest keys for Georgia this week. Immediate separation from number 6, and how well can you protect, right? How well can we identify the 5 immediate pressures and get those guys handled? By the way, a little stunt here between Barrett Carter and Xavier Thomas. Xavier Thomas not back this year, but, you know, T.J. Parker probably going to step into his role. I thought T.J. had a great year towards the end of the year. Great season, rather, towards the end of the year. I think this plays in the playbook. I think this plays in the playbook. If this ball doesn't get dropped, I think this is a win. I think Georgia has a significant advantage going this way. Okay, whether it be jets, whether it be halfback tosses, whether it be plays out in the flat where we're, you know, throwing bubble screens or whatever it is. I think getting this defense to do this and run this way is a real problem for them. I think I would test them one-on-one vertically in the passing game. I think running the football, I would really stretch them because what their identity is at linebacker is this. I just told you. They want to do this. They want to do this. What they don't want to do is turn and run. They don't want to turn and run. So if we can make them turn and run, all right, I think we've got an opportunity. By the way, this is licked. If this ball's caught, he's blocked. We got one up on here. We are one-on-one with the back or with the front side inside safety. If this play's caught, okay, it's not, pitches out just a little bit in front of Ray Davis, he ends up having to jump on it. But I do think I put it in the playbook, and it don't even have to get put in. Truck toss is in the playbook at Georgia. It's been in the playbook since, I think, 2020. First time I saw it was Zamir White's 75-yard touchdown against Florida. Okay, it's been in the playbook for a minute now, especially out of even this look, right? This look tells me, hey, we got it, right? We got nobody outside of this football defender right here. So if we get a pin, all right, we get some pins and we get some pulls, we got good numbers out there on the edge. I really, really like this surface, right? Surfaces are what we're looking at as a run game coordinator. If I were a run game coordinator, first thing I'm doing, checking what you look like from a fundamental standpoint against certain formations. I'm trying to identify bubbles, and I'm trying to find where I've got plus counts, which is what we have right here. We have a plus count, right? If that ball's caught, like I said, we're one-on-one with that corner that's been bumped down. Going to 3. All right, I alerted this one because I've seen Georgia get beat by this. Last time I saw Georgia get beat by this was Alabama. I want to say SEC championship game. Keely Ringo jumped on the tight end. They got hit with a Dover for a touchdown. Okay, watch this corner. This corner takes this Dover so hard and jumps on it. Now, on the bottom side, guys, what do you see, Jonathan? What do you see? What do you see right here from these 3 football players?
Eyes on the quarterback.
Eyes on the quarterback, right? It's the first thing you notice. Eyes on the quarterback. So what does that tell you? Probably playing some type of zone, right? Probably playing some type of zone. However, what's this guy doing? Where's his eyes? Hard to see, right? They're right on the tight. He's like this. He's shoulder square. He's looking down right at the tight. So we probably got some type of man indicator right here against this nub set, and we got some type of 3-over-3 zone with an overhang defender right here against the 3-box side, right? I only want to alert you to this because I do think the drag on the backside is going to be wide open. If we run that to grass, that shit is wide open. I think it was Amari Nyblack was playing tight end for Alabama, and Keely Ringo jumped on this like, you know what, like flies on shit, okay? And then here comes, I think it was Jamison Williams on a deep crosser right behind him. Touchdown. Because now, all of a sudden, this guy's got to come make this play on the sideline. And oh, by the way, his hips are turned and he's rolling this way. So this is what I would be doing. If our offensive coordinator, I'd be looking at, oh, wow, we put him in nub, and now all of a sudden the corner's going to suck down like that. All we got to do is find time to get the Dover clear from number 3. That's a win. It's an absolute win right there. Kentucky squats it, and they still end up hitting it. Look, they still end up getting that completed right there. I'd be running the Dover, though, not the squat spot on the ball. Okay? There you really see it, right? There you really see it. If that's what we're going to do, if we're going to key hard and give heavy trail man indicators and vacate an entire, there's nobody here, guys. Vacate an entire area of the field. We got to be able to occupy that as an offense. Oh, we got a bug on the screen somewhere. We got ops opping. We got ops opping. He went the other side. Where are we at? We went all the way back. Let's go to 405. I'm putting it in the playbook. I'm putting it in the playbook. I'm putting it in the playbook. Okay? You want to hop into a 50 front out of 12? That's fine, buddy. What in the world? It is a bug. All right, you want to hop into 50 personnel or 50 front when we're in 12? That's fine. Look, 1 tight end, 2 tight ends. That's fine. You want to hop into this? That's good. I'm putting Anthony Evans right here. I'm putting Arian Smith right here. We're going to get a slant right here from the wide receiver. Because here's the beautiful thing: you want to be a man coverage football team, don't you? So guess what I get to do with your corners all day long? I get to mess with them. I get to mess with them corners. So I get to take 2 by not even really taking 2. I'm gonna on this jet sweep right here, right? We're trying to get to this edge. On this jet sweep, I'm gonna have you stock block that corner and then go on an angle to that safety. And guess what happens? As you travel on that angle, guess what that corner's thinking when he's in bump and run? They're like, oh shit, here comes the slant. And he's gonna run with that slant. And guess what now? Now this wide receiver who has never even done as much as touch this corner, now as he goes to block the safety, he's really taking 2 defenders with him. Check this out. Okay? Watch. Boom. There you go. Stalking. He ain't even trying to act like he's running a route. The corner still sucks in with him. The moment the corner sucks in, it's cooked. We got the edge, baby. We out the gate. We are out the gate to the door. All right? So yeah, it would be in the book. 100% in the playbook. 2's inability to get back outside because he's in man coverage, all right, ultimately causes that touchdown right there. I told you, Clemson linebackers, man, they downhill. They want to strike. That's what they want to do. They do not want to run sideline to sideline. They want to be Peter Skowski, or whatever his first name was. Look at 17 right here. This is a linebacker rep from Clemson. They want to be downhill. They want to be filling gaps. All right, here's the void. Boom. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to stick my helmet in it. I'm going to play tough football. I'm going to be downhill like a 1990s linebacker. All right, that's what I want to be. We're going to 531. These are the moments to avoid right here. I want to give it from the top. All right, situational. Okay, situational. Did y'all get a peek at it? What are my pre-snap identifications, Jonathan? Do you remember our acronym?
Oh gosh, it's been a minute.
DDFP, baby. DDFP.
Down, distance, field position?
Formation, personnel. Down distance will tell you field position, right? If we look at the down distance, we won't know where it's at. All right, so down and distance, 3rd and 10. All right, ball on our own 25, playing Clemson. Buddy, I'm going to tell you right now, you getting heated up. Ain't no doubt about it. Ain't no questions in the stadium. Everybody knows what's happening. All right, so we're going to come out, and this is what we're going to get. And look, hey, bump and run, eyes on. All right, we got some confusing reads down here, I would tell you. I see leverage that tells me man, eyes that tell me something different. All right, I got eyes on cue, leverage on man. That's a little bit weird. I'd be paying attention to that on the front side. However, these period point blank, you got to avoid this shit. All right, so now what I'm seeing is that hard count. Oh, as I'm hard counting, we got this coming. All right, now what's going to happen? We got 3 and they've got 3. All right, and we've got 1. You know what we got coming? We got cover 0 coming our way right now. Cover 0 on 3rd and 10. All right, and here's the problem. On 3rd and 10, Jay, well, guess what? I can't develop into the system to get to the sticks. I can't put in a hot route, and having someone available right now does me no good against cover 0 unless my guy's going to make somebody miss. All right, and it's 3rd and 10. We're trying to drive the ball down the field to occupy or to at least accomplish the sticks. This is what Kirby was talking about yesterday when he's saying we got to avoid these. You can't be in 3rd and 10. If it's 3rd and 10, honestly, you might as well punt the football. All right, because they even drop 2 hooks on you right here. They drop him and they drop him. Avoid these situations at all costs. And that's every defense, but it's really these defenses. Okay? Because I don't know about y'all, but I see a bunch of defenses on Saturday on 3rd and 10 playing cover 4. Just saying, all right, we're going to drop back. We're going to make you read through this. We're going to make you process it. Hopefully you throw an incompletion. Maybe we get home before you find somebody open. All right. Very few teams are running cover 0 on 3rd and 10 nowadays, I believe. Georgia's a heavy sim pressure team on 3rd and 10. Out of dime. Going to 6:03. What's our time check over there? I'm saying 22 minutes, Jay Will.
23.
Whew, man. That boy good. That boy good. In the playbook, out of 12. In the playbook, give it to me. Give it to me. I want it. I want this play. I want this play. Here's why. Check this out. We're in 12 personnel, right? Hey, shout out to this coordinator. We're in 12 personnel. And looky here. Looky here. Who's out here man-to-man against this slot receiver? That is Wade Woodaz. That is a 6'3", 235-pound linebacker that now has safety help in the middle of the field, but that's in bump and run too. So guess where he has absolutely 0 help? He's got 0 help. All the way over here. Ain't no assistance for him out there except for his pre-snap leverage, which I will give him. He's got outside leverage. He's smart. Okay, that's the other thing about Clemson football players. They ain't dumb, and they're well coached. They're going to be well coached. They will not beat themselves pre-snap, ever. All right, but he's beat by birth. He's beat by birth right now. Even though he's got outside leverage, it's a very good job by this wide receiver selling inside Dover, all right, and then breaking back out. That's snapped off, all right? I'm putting this in the book. There is no way in hell we do not have some type of Ben Yurosek Oscar Delp package. Some type of Lawson Lucky Oscar Delp package. There is just no way in hell based off what I see them doing. If you want to run cover 1, all right, against 12 personnel and put that linebacker out there, I'm going to cook. I'm going to find a way to make sure this is in the book, and that's number 11. All right? Or that's number 5. Or that's number 6. Somebody that this dude ain't no way in hell covering. All right, but I would get it in. I would find a way to make sure I'm there. Again, this is what I'm telling you. Clemson would rather do this. Clemson had all the time in the world to run 0 out there. He's on the field. They prefer to put 17 out there. I wouldn't allow that as an offensive coordinator. You would not be comfortable running 6'3", 200 damn near 40-pound linebackers out into space. I just wouldn't allow you to do it. And by the way, Devin Leary, you're trash. You incomplete this ball. Coordinator trying everything he freaking can. He damn opened the possession with a damn flea flicker that you missed for a tud. Look at this. In the playbook, going to 644. Ooh, look at that. Textbook fits versus counter. That's why, everyone's always asked me, Brooks, who are you a fan of? Who are you a fan of? What do I always say, Jonathan?
Fan of good football.
I'm a fan of good football. That's what I'm a fan of. Clemson Tiger defense. I'm a fan of you. You play good football. Let's start this from the top, okay? We're getting counter to the tray, by the way. Counter to the tight, okay? So we're going to get an arc release. We're going to get down blocks here to the front side inside linebacker. We're going to get a pull and kick, and we're going to get a pull and wrap from the offense. Now, when you get this down block, all right, and you get this arc release, your job as a defensive end in my scheme would be to squeeze. You got to squeeze immediately, preferably shoulder square. All right, we got to attack the kick. So let's check number 3. Let's see what he does right here on this play. I can almost guarantee you he squeezed perfectly. Oh my God, did he ever? That is a squeeze, buddy. Now we're going to attack the kicker. He doesn't even attack the kicker. He squeezed so hard that the kick blocker has given up, automatically logged it. That's what we're talking about right here. That's a log. When that offensive guard who's supposed to pull out and kick you has now have to pull and get to your outside shoulder because you have squeezed so hard. That's a great job right there, forcing the log, essentially forcing this play to bounce. All right, getting it outside of its intended gap. Now we've got to gap replace. As a linebacker, first and foremost, we're probably keying guards through the feet of the guards to the feet of the running back, meaning we're going to read through this guard's feet to the running back. All right, that's our motion. That's our keys, right? So as the guard pulls, we're going to immediately start to scrape. Now, we can't overrun this. All right, we can't overrun this. We got to fit this properly. All right, let's see how he fits it. Take a look at 0. Boom. Okay, didn't overrun it at all. In fact, he is right on the arc of this running back. All right, now let's talk about these corners, because I think this corner and this other outside linebacker, or rather other inside linebacker, do a tremendous job as well. We've got this arc release, so this nickel's going to set edge hard. All right, he's going to keep outside arm free. He is not going to allow this play to bump out, but what he is going to do is he's going to push it back in. Same thing for 21. We got to keep our butt outside. All right, we got to keep our butt outside, keep that running back forced back in where our help is. Let's take a look at these guys and just how they attack blocks, okay? Look at how 21 attacks that block. 21 attacks that block left shoulder, all right, right shoulder actually, of the offensive lineman, but his left side. He attacks upfield, outside shoulder to make sure this ball goes back inside. I love these run fits right here from Clemson. It's a great job against counter. And it really all starts right here with this veteran right here, Xavier Thomas, squeezing that play down. If he doesn't squeeze like that, I don't think this play immediately logs like it does. He squeezes so hard, actually the front side guard doesn't even see him. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Look, the pulling guard doesn't even see him. He squeezes right through him. Watch the front side guard. That's his man. He's supposed to be logging this right now. We're supposed to be wrapping up for the front side inside linebacker and making 21 make that play. But we can't because Xavier Thomas has squeezed like he's supposed to. He's taught really well. I don't mind if we go a little bit over here today. I really like this defense. Again, stay the hell away. Stay the hell away from these situations, because here on 3rd and 8, what have they been doing the whole time out of this? They've been bringing that shit. They have not been scared. They've been bringing it, playing 0 at times behind it. Well, here we are now. Now we're going to give it to you. We're going to show it to you, and we're going to drop out and play zone behind it. Still rush 5, by the way, and almost get a pick. Almost get a pick from Barrett Carter. This is what I'm saying. Sometimes I think we're getting zone indicators here on this side again. Now, that looks to me like you could say one or the other. Could be man. He's bump and run, but his eyes are on me. But maybe his eyes are on me looking for run keys because we're in such a bunched formation. You never really know. But either way, you need to stay out of these situations because they're so unpredictable. They got 8 guys walked up on the line of scrimmage, boys. That ain't good. I don't care who you are. I don't care how good you are as a blitz identifier, buddy. I don't feel comfortable with that walked up on me ever. Good job by Kentucky, at least picking up the pressure, though. They don't get it home very clean. But here's what I'm talking about with Barrett Carter. I do think he's the most disruptive football player at the linebacker position in this game. I really do. I think his ability to cover ground, play instinctually, and be a 6'1", 230-pound, 4'5'8" runner makes him a really, really good football player. All right, he obviously has all of the responsibilities on this defense in terms of calling it, but you'll see him gain ground here and get into that window. He's got free eyes on you. He's going to make a play. Let's go to 801. I want to talk about this guy because he's a true freshman in this tape. Now, I don't love what I've heard. Okay, in this tape and most of last year, Peter Woods was playing defensive tackle. Okay, meaning at some point he's playing over the guard. At most, Jonathan, at most, he's playing inside shade of the tackle. Okay, now apparently he's telling media reporters and he's telling people that he's going to be playing defensive end. Okay, for them. This guy, I believe, is playing jack on the backside. All right, it's an outside linebacker, technically. He's an edge rusher. True edge, true defensive end. I think Peter Woods is a little too heavy to be playing defensive end at this weight. I don't know what he did this offseason, so he didn't play in the spring, so I haven't seen him. I think he's an elite NFL Sunday defensive tackle because of what he does right here. This is him as a true freshman, again, right here on this defense. This is him as a true freshman taking on a multi-year starter at Kentucky. And just for lack of a better term, he's going to bitch this dude, okay? He's going to stand there at the line of scrimmage and twist and turn and rip and shed and just hold this dude at the line of scrimmage as a true freshman. All right? And that guy's only going to get better. And here's why I worry. I mean, you can't tell me that dude's a biscuit short of 315 right there. Even if he plays at 300, I think he's too big to be playing defensive end. Now, he's very nimble and light on his feet. I also think some of the issues that, or some of the concerns rather, that a lot of recruiting people had coming out of high school about him, which was his lack of arm length. I think lack of arm length is a bullshit statistic at defensive tackle because I can get in on your chest really, really quickly. I'm right there. I'm a foot from you. But at defensive end, buddy, we got like 3 or 4 yards when you're kick sliding, okay, from where your arm length matters versus mine. It's a very interesting thing. I'm curious to see what number 11 does as a defensive end. If that indeed is the case, some of the people in the YouTube comments were correcting me the other day. I'm willing to be corrected. I'm willing to be wrong. I'm also willing to tell you I like him a whole hell of a lot more as a defensive tackle than a defensive end. 852. So much man coverage. So much man coverage. All the time. All the time, sending 5 playing man. All the time, sending 5 playing man. I don't like running a lot of mesh. Okay, I really don't. I would probably run a good bit of it, especially if they're going to play. They're playing man coverage on these 3 guys, 1, 2, 3, from this depth. Okay? So when this happens, watch what happens to number 36. Watch him try to run through this or run down this mesh concept here from the backside. He can't do it. He can't clear over. There's too much garbage for him to get through, right? Right now, Devin Leary. Right now, it's first down, by the way. It's first down. It's grass right in front of your face. Take it. He doesn't. He wants to throw this ball instead, which I'm kind of okay with because it is an out route right here, and he's got leverage, and that guy's in man coverage with no safety help. So I'm kind of okay with it, but I'm kind of not because the winner's right there in front of you, and he's got tons of grass to run to. He gets a PI, though. And it's 100% a PI on Shelton Lewis. See? They'd rather him play man coverage. He's matched up. He's rushing. Okay, he's going to put a little rink-a-dink on this center right here, I'm pretty sure. What are we at? 32 minutes? 33 minutes? 34 minutes?
34.
34
Almost
minutes?
35.
Just 35. 11:06. These are 2 drop, probably pick 6s for Barrett Carter in this football game. Year 4, hopefully you don't drop these. By the way, what a play by this guy. Watch this from the tight. Look at his eyes. Okay, I think they're in zone finally. All right, they finally bumped into some type of zone coverage, all right, at least on the top. Okay, he's in a zone. He's certainly got deep thirds. Might be cover 6, to be honest with you, or something of the likes. But either way, he's dropping with his eyes on you. Okay, I want you to watch 0 really from this angle, but really from the tight here in a second, and just watch how much ground he's covering by looking at the while looking at the quarterback, I should say. Okay, this is a Sunday play. This is moving to where the ball's going without ever even looking at the route. Okay, he's got a hitch basically coming from the tight end right here. He's going to sink underneath this route, never having even looked at where the tight end is. It's actually not even the tight end, it's the number 2 receiver coming in. But that's where the ball's going to be without ever having even found where the wide receiver is. I could spend years trying to teach you football. I can't teach you that. Okay? That's natural instincts. That's, hey, this is where the ball's going. My spidey senses are tingling. He's going to pick that ball off this year. All right, I think the last couple of days, what I have really, really settled on mentally is that there was so much left on the field last year for this Clemson football team. So much. Whether it's red zone turnovers, which were horrible, whether it was turn downs from the quarterback, which were very, very questionable and would make me want to pull my hair out if I were offensive coordinator. Whether it was interceptions and big plays that were left on the field defensively for these guys. I really do think they're a really solid unit defensively. I think they do a great job of doing what they do, and to be damned with it, right? You're going to have to respond to us. We're not going to sit back and wait to try to figure out what you're doing. We play our ball. I really respect that type of football. However, I do believe there are ways that as an offensive coordinator, I would design winners. All right. I didn't get into it, but there's a couple times later in this football game where Kentucky's like, oh, you want to play man coverage? Oh, you want to play cover 1? Okay, well, all we're going to do is take our 2 fastest wide receivers, run them vertically, and then cross them. And watch what happens. Well, what happens is the inside corner can't fucking get over the outside wide receiver. So now all of a sudden the inside wide receiver is running down the sideline wide open for what should be a touchdown. But Devin Leary. Okay, so like there are certain things that I do believe Carson Beck and Mike Bobo expose on this defense. Jonathan, I'm expecting a really, really hard-fought game in the run game. I'm expecting very, very much so explosives in the passing game from Georgia. Hey, appreciate you guys for being here, man. Really do. If you liked it, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. We'll see you tonight at 8 o'clock here live on the channel. Love you. Bye.